we used to thinking about popularity as being linked to some great achievements, talents, the most talented people who achieve the greatest feats humans are capable of. But in this day of age, we can see more and more that this link is not exclusive. Popularity doesn't always mean that the person gaining it is the most valuable one, or brings the most value to the life, to society, to humanity at large. It's no longer about being great at something, and to be honest, it probably never was. Throughout history, you can find people who gain popularity for no spectacular reason, but we just don't have the records of them. And that is the reason why we associate being popular with historical figures who we know about. People who somehow did things that truly impacted humanity, for better or for worse, because it's not always about doing a great moral just thing. A lot of murderers, a lot of dictators, a lot of tyrants were quite popular throughout the years, and we know about them through historical records. Yet they did not make humanity better. The only reason we know about them is because their status, and perhaps they were quite above average normal human behavior. Just the behavior was not something desirable for most of us. So for someone to something that a normal person would not think about, something whether it's a good thing or the worst thing possible. But now, when we look at social media, you can see people who doing things that aren't really that special, and yet they gain popularity for no, it seems like for no reason. You have people being popular for being popular, famous for being famous. I mean, that's what they say about the Kardashians, right? People being famous for the sake of it. No great talents, no achievements just because. And it's not just people being famous for no apparent reason. It's actually the opposite of it. Sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes you do find people gaining popularity for doing something stupid, humiliating themselves. In that way, they make themselves different from the majority, and that's what it really is, right? All about making yourself stand out. But for what? I mean, when is the point where it's not worth it? You have people losing dignity, honor, or perhaps they never had them in the first place to begin with. But still, even if they humiliate themselves on social media, on TikToks, on some live streams, doing stupid things, losing something that you can never get back. I mean, once you start doing things like that, it will always be there. The proof will always be there. You're creating the proof. You're putting the image of yourself in other people's minds as someone that makes that takes this or that action, that behaves in specific way. And we can talk about people doing things that you might not find honorable or dignified, but they trade it for what? For popularity, right? And what does that give them? The fact that so many people know about him? Is that what it's really about? Well, it cannot be. Perhaps you can say that they want not the popularity itself, but the things that come with it. Mostly money, right? Perhaps some power, but really, when you lose things that are really valuable, which is your integrity, your dignity, your honor, you cannot really have power in this world. Yes, you can gain money, but money itself will not bring you respect. And when you lose someone's respect, it's incredibly hard to gain again. And I reject the argument that we truly trade it for money, right? And don't get me wrong, like money is having money is an incredible thing, but remember, money is just a tool. It's a way we trade our time, our energy, our abilities, right? And you can gain security. You can be free when you have the money. So I understand why some people may think that by being popular for any means necessary, you just, or perhaps they think that that's the cost, right? You go for it, you go in it for the money, and the popularity is just the cost. You're getting famous even if you don't want it. For some people it might be the case that's the cost, right? But that's when you have to value things, right? When the cost is just too big, it's when it's not worth it to sacrifice so much of yourself for then at some point it's not worth it. So, and let's be honest, there are so many other ways that you can make money, so that cannot be the case. So then you have people who go to incredible lengths to gain popularity. Some truly disgusting ways. For what reason, really? Because when you go, the money can be associated with it, right? But at the same time, you can make money without being popular, and that would be the goal, truly, for so many. You have so many people that you don't know about, and they millionaires, even billionaires, and they are private, truly private. So what drives someone to sacrifice themselves for popularity itself? Because there are people who just go for it not thinking about popularity as being the cost, but truly as the goal. Is it really just as simple as what I said at the beginning? About being remembered by any means possible. Because yes, you put the image of yourself in so many people's mind, and the more people know about you, truly the longer the idea of you survives, right? Because let's face it, we're gonna die one day. Every single one of us is going to die. And you have this primal instinct to survive, right? But we are the intelligent species on the planet. So we evolved this other means to survive. We gained consciousness and we put ourselves this idea of ourselves, of what makes someone human. So you have your mind, you try to create ideas, And when you have this idea, you extend it, and that is the way you can survive longer. And maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the case. For to drive someone to humiliate themselves in front of the camera, to publicly put it online for other people to see, just to gain popularity, to be remembered for just a little bit longer. So maybe after you're gone, someone will remember you. That's something that I can actually understand. But it keeps me wondering, is it worth it to be remembered but to not care about how you're gonna be remembered? Because perhaps you're not gonna be remembered for 1,000 years, but you can be remembered by people around you who will remember you for the good human that you are. Honest, honorable, someone with integrity, with dignity. And personally, I don't think that it is worth the trade for popularity. Especially since when we have multiple examples of just people gaining some kind of popularity online, yet they are forgotten about in just a couple of years. I cannot really give you the examples because I forgotten about them. So I don't think that the trade-off is worth it. Because let's face it, there is a reason why we don't hear about fools from 500 years ago, because let's not be naive. There are people who were clowns, really, on the king's castle, right? And we don't know their names. We know the names of great generals, of people, great warriors, inventors, great minds, and someone who actually achieved greatness. So I see this chase for popularity to be actually a chase for nothing, an empty chase where there's no true goal at the end. Because in a moment it can make you feel good, we'll know that. And you can lie to yourself that it's fine, that it's okay. But it isn't. And it's not worth the regret. And the regret is coming. Because hindsight is a bitch. It truly is. And really, the only way to secure survival in people's minds is to slowly develop skills that will be useful. Improve yourself and try to achieve something that you can be actually proud of. But hey, I'm not gonna stop human nature. If you want to just do some really some dances online, some stupid pranks, or I don't really know what people do these days to gain popularity, but if you want to do that and you're gonna trade yourself for popularity in the short term, it might benefit your life. You may see that you're making money, you're popular, and people like you or something like that. Yeah, that people like you. Not everyone's thinking about what kind of people like you. Because being popular is not enough. It truly matters. The quality of a human that knows about you. Because it might just be my opinion, but the respect of someone who gives respect to everyone isn't worth much. So if you want to trade that, then yeah, go for it. It might make your life easier. I'm not gonna stop that. But I do think that the true influence comes from doing something actually great, benefiting others, and just being better at something, being better human, not just the average, being better in every single day of your life. And in that way, you can honestly strive for greatness. And I truly believe that's the way you can live at after you're gone physically. Because popularity is not a good or bad thing, but it's really worth noting how people perceive you. Since you have so many people because let's face it, it's not pleasure to really be popular. When you have so many accounts from celebrities, when they discuss how they lose, what they actually lose for popularity, how it lowers your security, how it lowers your privacy. And that's the trade. So that's why I think that there must be something stronger, something primal, the primal will to survive in this idea that people have. So just be aware of the trade-off. And if you want to live longer by being more popular, then do it in the right way.